All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a project. I'm going to click this, and then I'm going to come and I'm going to hit New, and I'm going to go to Project. And what I'm going to call this is how to change the opacity of your speech controller on iPhone 13. All right, we'll fix all the spelling later. All right, so the first thing I want to do is I want to bring this 1080 1920 4K clip down into the timeline. And the way I do that is I click on it with my cursor. You see that little hand there? And if you look, you're going to see there's a yellow border around there. It highlighted it. Then I'm just going to come down to this first one here, and I'm going to go ahead and click that, and it's going to pull that clip right down to my timeline. Bam, done. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to go to this one that I shot in 1920 1080, which is a portrait, and I'm going to click on it, right? And you're going to see it's highlighted. Now I can grab it and just pull it down, or I could, click here and it would come into this area of the timeline. But I want to put it on top of this. So I'm going to click on it, I'm going to pull it down, I'm going to drop it right there. And then I'm going to pull it over as far as I can. Now I'm going to pull this edge over because I want to get the sound matched up. Now to get the sound matched up, what you're probably going to have to do is you're going to have to hit Command and then the plus key to expand this so you can look at the sound and you can sync this perfectly, because you really need to get a closer look at it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the plus key as I hold the Command key down. I'm going to click it a couple times, and as I do that, you're going to notice here on the sound how it changes. So this one's a little bit far up, so I've got to pull this to here, and then I'm going to pull this back to right about there, because that should match it up pretty close. Now the way we can do that is we take our cursor and we put it right on the edge here, and let's go ahead and expand it more. See the difference? You can see it. So this has to come back because it starts right about here, and this is a little late. Now the way we can figure that out is we can just go ahead and unmute it, which I did on my keyboard, and then I'm just going to press the space bar and listen to it for a second. All right, I'm going to show you how to change. So I think we got it matched up almost perfectly. And you can check it like this. See there? Pretty close, pretty close, pretty close, pretty close. So now we know we've synced it pretty well. Let's do it one more time. All right, I'm going to show you how to change the opacity. I think we're right on the money there. Okay, so now that we've done that, we've matched it and synced it, we can transform it. Let's go ahead and hit the mute button again so you don't have to listen to this as I pull through it. So now if you look up here, here's our top clip right here. It's sitting right in the middle of the screen. Now we don't want it in the middle of the screen, do we? So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put our cursor over that clip, and we're going to click on it, and that highlights it with that yellow band. And then we're going to come up here to these two angles that have been laid over each other, and we're going to go ahead and click on this, and it's going to give us a choice of transformation, crop, or distort. Well, we want to transform this clip. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on transform, and when we do, this clip should get highlighted. Bam. And now you can see there's a white line around it, and every about halfway through is a blue dot. There's blue dots on the corner halfway through here all around. Now if I put my cursor on this and I press down on my mouse, I can pull this wherever I want. And what I want to do is kind of pull it over to the side here. All right. Now you can distort it if you want. You can make it smaller like this. You can put it anywhere you want. You can actually rotate it by turning this. And if you want to get it super even, usually you can look up at the top and you can tell if you've got it even. So let me go ahead and do it again. See how it says rotation -2, -1? There's 1. You can see it's off by an angle. There's 0. Whoops. I got to get it to 0. Now we're pretty good. Now if we want to kind of keep it right there, we could. Or we could expand it just a little bit. Or if we want to fill the whole space up, we could do that too. Or we could leave it a little bit to the side. You can also pull it like this and make it much bigger. And you're actually pulling it through the frame. But we're going to go ahead and just leave it right like that. I think that'll be fine. All right, now let's go ahead and let's go back to the beginning and we'll just go play it through and see how it sounds. Oh, I forgot. You've got to, once you do that, you're going to come up here and hit done. And then it just leaves it there. So let's go over here and let's go ahead and play through. Whoops, unmute. How to change the opacity on your speech controller. Right now, if you look on my phone, you don't really even see it. But if I touch right here, there it is. All right, I think we're looking pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the end because I'm going to hit Command minus, and I'm going to minimize this timeline so I can get to the end quicker. To drag it all the way through. So we're going to come all the way here, and I'm going to go ahead and cut it right here. I'm going to cut it right here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit B on my keyboard, and that gives me my knife, right? And I'm just going to go click like that. Then I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go hit A, and I'm going to get rid of that piece and that piece. And then if we go to the end here, let's just listen to it. On your iPhone 13. Peace out. Bam, that worked pretty good. So now if you want to, let's go ahead and mute it for a second. We can expand it just a little bit. And now we can clean it up just a little bit by pulling these in so we don't hear that clicking sound at the end. And that's pretty much it. Now if you wanted to, you could get rid of one of the audio tracks by just clicking on it and pulling it down, and then just leave the bottom audio track on. And then if you want to look at your timeline smaller, you go Command minus, 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 and there you are. And then we could just go ahead and if we wanted to, we could play it through. The opacity on your speech controller. Right now, if you look on my phone, you don't really even see it. But if I touch right here, all right, so that looks pretty good. And then it sounds good too, right? Let's go back. Now watch. So I keep it like all the way down like that. All right, I think we did a pretty good job on that. All right, if you like this video, subscribe to my channel and check out my other awesome videos where I show you how to do stuff on your iPhone. Peace out.